Hello world and welcome to Elevated Intuition. Today we are doing a pick a card reading with the question, who is falling in love with you? So a pick a card reading means you get to pick the card, the number, the deck, the object, that whatever resonates with you. Use your intuition. Then down below in the description I have timestamps. You click on that timestamp that coordinates with whichever group you picked. I meet you there. And I use my intuition to read the cards for you. These are all tarot decks, so it's a tarot deck reading, but then I also have several oracle card decks to go with this message too. If you like to pick with objects, I'm going to show you what objects there are right now. So group one, this is Tarot of Mystical Moments. It's a very surreal type of deck. It's very colorful on the other side, even though this side is just white. The object that goes with it is this Labradorite heart. So it's got lots of fun, beautiful flashes of color there in the Labradorite. For group number two, this is the Luminous Void Tarot. It is, on the other side, it's kind of more abstract and watercolor. And the object that goes with it is this Carnelian heart. For group number three, this is probably the most traditional tarot deck out here. If you're looking for more traditional, it is called Golden Nouveau Tarot. And the object that goes with it, since it's golden, we have Pyrite. And for group number four, this is Everyday Witch Tarot. If you like cats, there's a cat on, at least one cat on every card, on the front as well as the back. Cute witches, it's probably the cutest deck here, but it's amazing. It reads very, very well. And then the object that goes with it is, this is Apatite heart. So if you're still not sure which group is for you, I am going to do a breathing exercise and I invite you to do that with me. So just go ahead and get comfortable in your seat. Go ahead and close your eyes, take a deep breath in and release. Release out any tension. We're going to set the intentions that you get the messages that you need to receive. Sometimes they're unexpected, so I'm just throwing that out there because Spirit will just, if they have you on the phone, they're going to tell you what they need to tell you. Take another deep breath in and release. Okay, go ahead and open your eyes, and wherever your eyes are drawn, that is the group for you. Thank you so much for being here, and I will meet you at your reading. Hello group one, Labradorite, and welcome to your reading for who is falling in love with you. We have that stone, we have the number one. Let's get some cards out. Who is falling in love with our lovely group one? Okay, one more. Okay, very interesting. We've got the Five of Wands. That kind of comes out. This might be a reformed player, somebody who maybe have broke your heart before. You thought that they were playing a game and now they are older and wiser. So this could be a reconnection, or somebody that you thought just originally, maybe your first impression. Wow, look at another owl. Look at this owl spirit. Maybe your first impression of them was that they were just playing a game, or you thought that they were a player. You thought that this is what I'm getting from the Five of Wands here. So we've got the Five of Wands, Hierophant, Page of Pentacles, Seven of Swords reversed, Owl Spirit. I think that your initial meeting with this person, the impression that they left on you was maybe less than stellar. You're rethinking the way that you see them. This is not like a love at first sight kind of thing. This is, or they could have thought the same about you, and it's just something that seems to have grown over time and gotten deeper. Page of Pentacles, this could be somebody that you work with, that you have worked with in the past. This in pages indicates like a new journey, something that you are not, not used to, you're not comfortable with, you're a little bit out of your comfort zone. This is starting down a path of something new. So this person either they may have given you the impression that they were a player, maybe you met them on something like Tinder, and your idea of everybody that was on there wasn't necessarily the best. So you don't have necessarily the best impression. And it could have been that you met them over like a contentious circumstance where, you know, there was some sort of conflict, whether, you know, somebody bumped into somebody at a traffic light, or you met them at work and they had an issue with your performance, but then like things grew out of that. We're getting growth is what I'm seeing. So not necessarily the best impression. You may have thought that they were frivolous to begin with, but there's a lot of great depth here, especially when we have the Hierophant and we get the Owl Spirit. The Hierophant in this deck, you know, we've got an owl on it, obviously. It talks about being wise. It talks about being, you may have, this could be a person, this could be your boss, this could be your professor, your teacher, somebody like that, because this is somebody who teaches others. So at first you may have had the impression like, oh my gosh, you know, this person is going to be very mean or very strict. And then as you're going along, you're finding like, no, they're actually very kind or very nice, or they put up those boundaries for a reason. It just sometimes with the Hierophant and love readings like this, I see a discrepancy in age, or maybe even a discrepancy in maturity level. But there's something, there's like it doesn't, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just the messenger here. Who it matters to is the two of you in the relationship, if they're falling in love with you, or if you've wondered if you've caught their eye. The Owl Spirit, you can see clearly now, so I like that. I like that we come out of this Five of Wands energy, this kind of competition type energy, this game playing energy. Strategic moves. Seven of Swords I see as strategic moves too. So I see this as somebody who's very they're very wise and maybe come off as cold and calculating to begin with. This could also be like you're playing a game with them. Could also be like you met them online, literally playing a game. But I'm hearing players. So if you're playing a game with somebody, they're a player as well, aren't they? Page of Pentacles again, this brand new newness. And I think once we have this Owl Spirit and you start opening up to possibilities, you start seeing them for who they are, because I do feel like there's a certain amount of a wall around them or around you. And it might be partly because like I was saying, maybe they are or were your boss, maybe they are or were I'm talking about over 18, adult, college, maybe they were an instructor of some kind, maybe they were a speaker at an event that you went to. There's something that you went to where they stood out, where they're teaching you something. This Owl Spirit reminds us that wisdom within you is informed by your keen senses and the wisdom within the consciousness we all share. So tap into that, tap into your intuition, because sometimes, like I was saying with love readings, and I get the Hierophant, it may be like, okay, well, technically you're not supposed to date people you work with, and I'm getting work vibes here from the Page of Pentacles as well, but is it worth it? Is it worth it to cross these whatever social norms that there might be? This is kind of like, take the big picture, take the long view, take the long look at it, listen to your intuition. Even in the darkest night, the owl sees clearly and is guided by every sense it has, including the first sense, which is intuition. Right now, your sensitivities are turbocharged and you are receiving messages from all directions. Owl Spirit reminds you to be wise and pay attention to what's between the lines, what is invisible to the eye, what cannot be heard with your ears and with others, and what others may not be able to perceive. Okay, the Seven of Swords is kind of like Also, when I see this, I want you to make sure that you protect yourself, that you are, I would, go with caution with this, because what else can we talk about with the person? Look at this masculine. Realization. Wow, a lot of realizations, a lot of opening doors, a lot of opening up to new possibilities using your intuition. Masculine, this doesn't necessarily mean that the person falling in love with you is a divine masculine. However, they are that A type of personality, that personality of action, that achiever that goes out and does stuff, that goes out and gets things. And that would kind of indicate with that Hierophant that they've got a lot to teach you, because they've been there, done that. They choose actions, they go and do things. There's somebody who is very action oriented, somebody who can be very protective of you and protective of others. And it may be too, like, part of this realization is you thought that you didn't need that. You thought that you weren't even interested in something like that. But now you're starting to see it. Interesting with she who knows here, because it's really dipping back into that intuition, just something that you know, that wisdom, that clarity, that resolution. So listen to your intuition about the situation. For some of you, it may be like, okay, that's nice, this person is in love with me, that's perfect. But the situation isn't what I want, and I need to move away from that. I need to get away from them. For others of you, it's the clarity that, like, oh, okay, perfect. I thought I was getting these signals, and I am interested. So again, this is a group reading. You'll know in your heart, you know what I'm talking about right now. So answer that question for yourself here. A she who remains, powerful devotion and true worth. There might be a rocky road here with this person or this possible relationship, and you're gonna need some grit. You're going to need some resolution. You're going to need some, like, staying power if you really want to make this work. Okay, so, and it's up to you. It may be, I just dropped a bunch of cards. Sorry about that. Okay, it may be that you decide that it's not worth the hassle, because there are some strings attached here. There is some hassle. There is the Seven of Swords reversed. There's going to be some. It's not going to necessarily be smooth sailing. You have to decide if it's worth exploring or not. I just feel like some of you, like, this is just an indication of, like, oh, okay, yes, I was feeling that person was really interested in me, and it was a little creepy for me. It wasn't perfect for you. Okay, for others of you, you're feeling it and you're like, okay, I do feel like I want to explore this. This depends on so much what your intuition is telling you right now, and what you're exploring and how you want to see this. So please look at the big picture, because the big picture is important. It's fun to have a fling, great, but if it impacts your career and you know that it's not something you want to go beyond, then it's not going to be worth it for you. What else can you tell us? Okay. This one. You may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So, and then twin flames, your passion ignites. So I do feel like there is a strong attraction here, but if you know anything about twin flames, and then there's a lot of toxic energy around twin flames, honestly. There is this whole, like, community of people who try to talk others into being twin flames, and if it doesn't feel right, this is where you really need to use your intuition. If somebody is throwing around the term twin flames, I would say that's a red flag. Even if it's coming up here, honestly. I know that there are other people who see twin flames and they're like, yeah, go for that. But it is not, even people who believe in twin flames, like most of the people I know who have had that twin flame journey, like it's difficult. Even if they believe they belong with this person, it is about revealing things about yourself. Sometimes we aren't ready for that journey. And then when we get this card where we're talking about through turmoil, a blessing is revealed, I kind of feel like this person who is falling in love with you, this could be a really difficult journey if you do not protect yourself. You have to, the other thing with this she who remains, like she is very stubborn, but she's also like the ice queen. So you need to make sure that you surround yourself with some good friends, some good allies, and some good people who are reflecting back things, because I do feel like this person can cloud your judgment a little bit, especially when we have the Hierophant, because sometimes we see that Hierophant as somebody who teaches us, they teach us really good lessons, but other times, and especially when we've got the Seven of Swords reversed, they might be using their position or their wisdom or their knowledge to manipulate you. So I would this one, I would be very, very careful with this person. I feel like there's a lot, like even for you, the people here who want to pursue this, I feel like this is one of those relationships where it's not going to be smooth sailing and it's not going to be as easygoing as you think as really it should be. Okay, so that's what I have for you, Group 1. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 2. Thank you for picking our lovely Carnelian, the number 2, and this really fun and kind of intense deck. So I'm going to get some cards out here for us. Let's get 4 cards. This one is a little bit more difficult for me to flip through, so I'm just going to go in here and get them. And one more. I know, but it's like this one. Oh, the Tower. Tower reversed, 4 of Cups. We've got the Empress and we've got the 9 of Wands. We have somebody who wants to come in and heal you. There's a very strong feminine energy here with the Empress. The Empress is somebody who they want to give you, like, look at that, we've got the Lion Spirit. Wow, okay. They want to give you like love and abundance, and they're overflowing with it. The Tower reversed, the Tower, it's a change. And I almost feel like you might be resisting this person, and when we get the 4 of Cups and we get the Tower reversed, there might be a good reason why you're resisting them. They might be coming on a little bit too strong, or when we have the 9 of Wands here, you may not have asked for their help or they think you need help and you're just like, hey, I'm out here living my life. I don't really need that. I do love the Empress though. I think it's just really beautiful energy. It's a very loving energy. It's a very maternal type energy. This doesn't mean that your person is female. Men can have this as well. They can be very caring, very loving. The Lion Spirit, it says be generous of spirit. This is somebody, but they have a healthy ego. So they're very generous, but they have an ego. There's very prideful. I think this person, usually when I see a lion, I see somebody who's very, into their appearance, into their hair, into how they look. They could also be like a gym bro or somebody who goes to the gym. I do feel like perhaps, the outside may not match always the inside. Like they have this ego, so they have this way that they like to project themselves, which might also be why the 9 of Wands is here, because the 9 of Wands is kind of like protecting yourself. You're protecting yourself from this lion. not realizing that we've got this Empress spirit underneath the surface that goes with them. So confidence, your person who's falling in love with you, they're very confident in themselves. Sometimes that can come off as they're not taking no for an answer, which again might be why we've got the Nine of Wands here. Four of Cups, the other reason why you may not be taking no for an answer, or the other reason why you may not be saying yes to them is because you are concerned with things that have happened in the past, or you're not really seeing the possibility with this person here. I'm not saying, you know, that there's anything, it's your choice, whether it's good or bad. I just think that there's something, you know, maybe it's in the past, you think that a past partner is coming back and you're really holding on and grasping onto that rather than looking at new possibilities. So even if this person isn't doing it for you, even if it's not, they're the one who's not tripping your trigger, I think part of why they are here is to help move you away from the past and allow this tower to fall. When we get a tower, like, it can be very scary because it represents change. Sometimes it's we lose our jobs. Sometimes it's, you know, a lot of people, if you're watching this when I upload it, even though this is a timeless message, it's a transition that, you know, we go from winter to spring, spring to summer, summer to fall. We can't stop those transitions. Sometimes we try to, sometimes we kind of grasp onto the past, and what happens is we're not appreciating what we have here in front of us and in the future. And your person might be putting up walls because they're getting mixed messages from you, or they see themselves as somebody who would be great for you, but I don't think that you see them as somebody who would be great for you. Especially when we've got this Four of Cups, like looking at these cups and looking at the empty cups. So, I mean, what's coming through this message is like, if this tower is gonna fall, like, you can't stop spring going into summer. That's just something that happens. You can't stop you getting older, and, you know, it's just time marches on. These seasons and these cycles come and go, and we have to, like, roll with it. And I also feel like you're gonna get hit by this tower, and you're gonna get hurt by this tower the more you try to push against it. So I just, like, this person also, there's a great prosperity around them. With the Empress and the Lion Spirit, you may not know that, you may not see that, because I don't think you're really seeing them. There's walls up around you, and you're looking at the past, and you're looking at these cups, these three cups in front of you. There's a fourth, like, really beautiful cup behind you. So I kind of feel like it doesn't matter who is in love with you at this point. You need to work out your own issues, and then you can turn around and find this beautiful person, because I do feel like the Empress and the Lion Spirit, man, this is like an amazing opportunity, and it's passing you by just because you're not willing to look at it, just because you are, again, putting these you're kind of like in this fight kind of mode. You're not realizing, and I completely get that. Like, if you've had, like, bad relationships, and maybe this person reminds you of somebody else from the past, maybe they're the same star sign, you know, a Libra messed you up, or a Scorpio messed you up, and then this person comes in and they're this, and you're like, nope, not gonna happen. But there's some healing that needs to happen here for you, to release and let go, and to really truly fall. But, like, this person, I really do think that they have a lot of pride in what they do. They are very, they're really prideful, they're very strong, they are an attractive person. They really want to give you the world here, it's you're resisting it. Look at this resilience. This resilience kind of reminds me of the Nine of Wands. It actually reminds me more of the Ten of Wands that comes up. It's kind of like this reluctance to, like, resilience is great. Like, you were carrying this like really heavy load, and they see this and they would really like to help you, and you're just like, nope, I'm not gonna allow that. I'm just, you're really holding on here to the past and to past relationship, that you're not just ready for this love to manifest yet. Balance is reminding us that we need to come back and be in this moment, that we need to release that past, is what just keeps on coming up. So seek balance. Extremes of anything are rarely healthy or useful. There may be an overreaction that has caused an issue. This talks about grounding yourself and allowing your strength to rise from there. Be aware of where the imbalances are in your life. Maybe you're all work and no play. Maybe you have sworn off love, and now you're like, you can't recognize that this person is really interested in you. Maybe that, like, you don't understand their genuine character. I do feel like they are not always showing you who they are, because, and I think that it has, like, there's walls up between you, which is why I think that you are questioning that. We need to seek a healthy balance though in your life. So if you have been diving into, and even if you've been diving into love, maybe there's two, you need to pull out of that, because I feel like there's a lot here about, like I was talking about, release. There's a lot of work that can go on here. You are strong and resilient. You're a very strong and resilient person. I feel like that's what they see in you. That's what they would like to help you with. That's what they would like to help lighten your load. When you have resilience, it's because we've made mistakes in the past, and making mistakes makes us stronger, builds resilience. You've learned your lessons from your mistakes that you've made, and it's time to stand strong, be an adult, and stand up with self-responsibility. You are strong and resilient. You don't have anything to prove. I almost feel like there's this thing where you think you need to prove something to them. I think you've already proved it to them. And there's just like a little bit of mixed messages around your person. I think that they really do, they look at you and all the things you're doing and all the things that you're accomplishing. They wish that they could help you. Again, I just really feel like they wish they could help you out a little bit more. That you would allow them to do that. And you're like, no, I've got this. And maybe you do, but would it balance things out to let them help you, to open up a little bit, to realize, I think there's a lot that you don't know about them, and that you could realize about this person. We've got she who surprises and she who grants wishes. So the surprises, this opening up and allowing light in, I feel like this person can be very uplifting and lighten your load for you. The surprise, discovery, revelation. I think that there's a lot lurking underneath the surface with this person, and I think that they can really help you out if you drop your walls and allow things, allow that change in your life, to allow that thing, it's scary, I get it. And holding on to things is, sometimes we have like the devil we know versus the devil we don't know, and we go with what we know, even though, it's possibly it could be better, but it's possible it could be worse too. And you're stuck in I think it could be worse, so I'm just going to sit here in this situation. She who grants wishes. Elias, wish, desire, hope. I think you need to put your intentions out there of what you really want and what you really wish for. I think it's been a long time since you've thought about that, since you've put yourself first. The Empress is somebody who remember, we've got this Empress card here. The Empress is somebody who is able to give so much because she does, she puts herself first. She does that self-care. And I think that when we've got the Nine of Wands here, the Nine of Wands is just somebody that has put walls up, and they haven't thought about themselves in a long time. They have not thought about what what they want, what they truly deserve. And that happens as we grow older, and we're like, I got to do this for work, I got to do that, and you start picking up other people's expectations and the things that other people want, and you kind of forget about what you want, or you start comparing yourself to your friends, and you're like, well, this friend, you know, married an investment banker, this friend married somebody who does this, and you're not allowing yourself to like go, okay, but just because my friend did this doesn't mean that I should. So you have to find your own path. And I think there's a lot here because you've picked up a lot of information from other people. You've picked up a lot of expectations from others. So I just feel like with this, you know who this person is, and they're almost like a knight in shining armor, but you're questioning that because, you know, why would somebody come in and save you? You're blocking this yourself. Okay. What else do we have here? We've got trust. Look at that. And we've got transformation. Perfect. Transformation is this Tower card. You're holding back on this transformation because change is scary. You'd rather just kind of like hoard things and not move and change. Trust. Transformation occurs through acceptance. That's funny. Because then we literally got the transformation card. Once you accept the current situation, it will automatically transform. So we got to accept it. We've got to be like, okay, that happened. That wasn't great. And then all of a sudden, now you can move forward from it. Because that's the scary part is we push against something. We don't want it to happen. We don't want things to change. And we push so hard to hold on and grasp at the past that it's time to turn around and set intentions for your future. It's time to turn around and set intentions for this beautiful person with these great eyes that see into their soul, and they're very attractive on the outside, but they're also great on the inside as well. They're willing to give you the world, but you are scared and skeptical. I totally get that. Transformation, your relationship with one another is about to deepen, open. It's going to surprise you. Things are coming out. Love conquers and transforms all things. So there's like 3 cards that talk about transformation here. And then there's 3 cards that talk about fighting that. Well, this one, that talk about as well, that talk about holding on, that you're pushing against it. So as far as, yes, we've got this person here who's falling in love with you. They look amazing, but you're like questioning that. And I totally get why. You need to question why you're questioning, not necessarily because of them. You need to question it because I feel like there's some unfair things that's happening, that you're punishing them for things that they didn't do that's not their fault. And that's what I have for you. It's time to transform. It's time to move on. It's time to surprise yourself. And I feel like this person is here to surprise you in love as well. So that's what I have for you, Group 2. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, Group 3, and welcome to a reading about who is falling in love with you. We have this lovely pyrite. We've got the number 3. And let's get some cards out. So Group 3, who is falling in love with them? We get the Chariot right away. Okay, interesting. All right, so when I do read cards in reverse, but when I get all the cards in reverse, I don't accept that. And but that in and of itself tells me something, that there is some blocked energy here. Interesting that we've got 2 major arcana cards with the Chariot, and we've got the Hanged Man, because it's kind of some conflicting energy. This might be, Chariot is ruled by Cancer, but then I'm getting like this conflicting energy. This might be like somebody who has a total, like a Gemini vibe. They may not be a Gemini, but they have like kind of like that twin kind of personality, where you know, they've got two things going on that don't necessarily match. Like they might have like a super high paying job, but they're really immature, something like that. Where they're putting some things together, because this is kind of like a, hey, we're going someplace, hurry up, and then wait a second. You know, so there might be a little bit of back and forth, maybe indecision, which might be why you're asking, because you're getting some mixed signals from them. Five of Pentacles energy, they might be having some issues with money at the moment. Something going on there where they're not fully secure. This is a minor, I mean, it's not a major card. It's part of the ups and downs of life. So, I mean, we all go through this. So it may be like they ask you out, they want to take you out, but they don't always pay for everything, or they expect you to pay more for stuff, just because they might be having like a little bit of financial issues right now. And then we've got the Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups, you know, we're looking for Cups cards when we're talking about relationships, when we're talking about love. However, oops, the Knight of Cups, like, is kind of more of a Casanova vibe, kind of more of a love him and leave him. Definitely charismatic, somebody who's charismatic, somebody who I just feel like, though, there's a lot of holding back on their part. They're being very, very restrained. It might be because of a financial situation. It might be because they don't feel like you are as into them as they are into you. The koi fish tells me that this Five of Pentacles energy is not something that's lasting. So they may be between jobs at the moment, because the koi fish spirit is there is always enough. So it talks about abundance. It talks about they could be there's room for growth for them. Because, you know, the koi fish grows to the size of their pond. They might have kind of like, and that might be it. Like they may have just moved to a new city. They may have been from a small town, and they're learning about their environment and they're growing into it, which is why we have the koi fish and the Five of Pentacles here. But there is a ton of potential for them for prosperity, law of abundance, absolutely. But they believe in that, I feel like they'll get over this Five of Pentacles energy pretty quickly. I mean, if you look at the card itself, it is kind of scary. But we're doing a love reading versus a you know, a finance reading. But this is what's coming up for them, or as who they are, or what's challenging for them right now. And again, we always meet challenges. We always have obstacles. These are things that always pop up here and there, but it just might be like something's going on with them financially, and that might be a way to help you identify who it is, or they're not where they feel like they need to be financially. So you have to decide if that is an issue for you, or if it's just a way for you to identify them. This charisma here with this Knight of Cups, like they might come on strong. They might seem like they're going to give you the world, wine and dine you, but then they pull back. It could be they pull back because of a money issue, but kind of comes back to this energy, this difference in energy that we have with the Chariot versus the Hangman, because the Chariot is like getting things together, being responsible, pulling people from, you know, being that leader and pushing forward, and, you know, pulling this chariot across the sky. We've got two different sphinxes here, and you have to get their cooperation to move forward. This would be kind of like, I'm hearing herding cats. They might be in a management position or a sales position, and things aren't going as the way that they hoped. That's just fine. Like I said, we've got the koi fish prosperity. I also feel like there's shiny. I'm seeing shininess around them. So like you're drawn to their aura, you like their aura, you like who they are. I see that in both like the koi fish and in the Hanged Man here, because the Hanged Man has this epiphany. I feel like they have a lot of really great ideas if they're allowed a moment of silence. And they might be more of an introvert type person too. So it might be kind of hard for them to say what they mean to you, but then when they do, like they're like I said, they're charismatic on the outside, but which again is kind of weird when we're talking about introverts. But they do have a lot of character. Like, they do have flowery words. I do feel like they're very interested in you. I mean, this is somebody we're talking about love messages. So when we get a cup, like they're willing to hand you a cup. I feel like they're very sexually attracted to you. And, you know, long term, I would just be concerned with that with the Knight of Cups, just because Knights continue, like they're moving, they continue to move. And then the Chariot, we also have movement there. But then, like I said, if they sit down and think about the situation, they might stay. I feel like there's somebody who likes to think things through. They like to plan. So, which is why they might, you know, maybe they're just not at their financial best that they thought they would be, or their 401k isn't performing the way that they thought it would. Yeah, so, more cards. But, oh, also, with the financial situation, it's something they can fix pretty easily. They can do it themselves. They just have to think about it. So I wouldn't be concerned about it. It's just sometimes like, oh no, I freak out. Like, I don't have the money I thought I did in the bank. And then it's like, okay, but I get paid tomorrow. It'll be fine. Power, very interesting. And sovereignty. I mean, this is somebody who does stand out. Queen of the Moon and Full Moon. I mean, sovereignty and power. This Queen of the Moon and power. So there's somebody who royalty kind of comes to mind, and full moon power. I mean, a lot of things we think about full moons as having power over us, power over tides, power over water. So they're a very commanding person, very powerful person. The only thing that's holding them back is themselves. I mean, somebody who might think that they reign over their own realm. I don't know. I mean, you might get a vibe from them. You having confidence would be a good thing. I'll just say that, because you might get a vibe from them that they might be controlling or overbearing. I don't think they mean to control you. I just think that that is their personality. They're very, they are confident in themselves. They're powerful in themselves, even though, yeah, there's like this current of self-doubt behind them, but they get it. Like I'm not concerned about them really at all financially. Even if I would be when I see this Five of Pentacles, but surrounded by these other cards, I just think that they have some doubts sometimes, and them doubting themselves is not the same as other people doubting. You know what I mean? Like, they're on a different level, so they're doing really great, is what I want to say. But they're happy to step into their power. They don't want to hide. Other than, I do, like I said, that these cards came out reverse at first, and that just tells me, I think that they're hiding this from you. And I think that they have this self-awareness of their confidence and power, and they're trying not to overwhelm you. So it might be a surprise to you, is what I'm saying, because they're doing a good job hiding their feelings. Just, you know, why you're probably asking. She who sees and she who dreams, she who sees. So, like, your observations are right. What you've seen is right. But they come on and they pull away. They come on and they pull away. And I just feel like they're a very strong personality, and they don't want to overwhelm you or overpower you. She who dreams, escape, dream fantasy. I feel like this person could be a dream for you. I feel like that's part of it, or I feel like that's why the she who dreams is coming in here. Fantasy, reality, I think that speaks more towards the type of like books or movies that they like to read, science fiction, something like that. So yeah, you might just need to be, I don't want to say that they're shy when they've got confidence, but maybe there's something about you that makes them shy. I don't think they're generally a shy person, which I think actually contributes to the mixed feelings or the mixed signals that you're getting, because you're like, well, they're not shy in other areas, or they tell people things. Why are they shy with me? I think they're shy with you because of the genuine feelings that they have for you, okay? If you could do anything, what would it be? The answer dwells in your heart, not in your mind. For the heart is the gateway to the soul. So I just feel like the dreams and stuff, like put your intentions out there. If this is somebody that you want to pursue, put those intentions out there, send signals, you know, hope for the best and give it your best shot, and then surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Maybe they think that you're in a relationship, or maybe they think that, you know, you've got like strings attached to a past relationship, or maybe somebody else, they think somebody else is interested in you, and so they've kind of backed off. But there's something for the old here, or maybe they're backing off because there's an attachment to an old relationship, either on your side or their side, and whoever, I mean, you know it because you know your situation here. So to move, because there's like a lot of really beautiful, powerful energy here with this person. And again, I just think that there's the holding back and yeah, that attachment to something from the past, either on your side or their side, is kind of what's holding things back. Also, I don't know if they are comfortable with how deeply they feel about you, or, you know, like you have this idea that there's somebody who could easily walk away from the situation. So there is like a barrier here. There is like, and I think that it's something that definitely can get worked through and doesn't need to be stopping you. It's just like you have to decide to work through it. You have to be like, oh, okay, you know, and gently work through that, but do that through your observations, do that through your intuition, setting those you know, if this is like your dream person, you know, this is your sign to go for it. So that's what I have for you, group 3. I hope that you have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, group 4. We've got our Apatite, we've got our number 4, we've got our witch deck. Let's talk about this person who is falling in love with you. Who is falling in love with you, group 4? So, ooh, star. Ooh, 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 okay. So we get Strength, Knight of Pentacles, Judgment, and Star. Okay. Somebody who, like, the Star is one of my favorite cards. There's a lot of hope here. They're very hopeful. They want to, you know, give you the world, but they might be somebody who is moving slower than you think that they should. And that's maybe why you are asking about it. This particular Judgment card kind of reminds me, like, there's somebody who has a calling. They have, they're not just, ooh, look at that, take a leap of faith. They are somebody who kind of goes out on a limb, dances to the beat of their own drummer. They kind of have their own kind of, there's somebody who is very independent. That's what I want to say. There's somebody who's independent. There's somebody who is, and they might be introverted, so they might have a hard time telling you, expressing themselves, which is why we might be having this reading, that might be why they don't tell you. And they kind of have their own path. They kind of have their own thing, their own way of doing things. There's somebody who thinks a little bit differently, but they're not afraid to start over from scratch. They're not afraid of hard work. They're not afraid of new ideas. They're not afraid of things. Now, we have strength in reverse. I think that the reason, like, they have some really, really great qualities, but the way that they see you as somebody who comes in and is maybe their muse or helps them put things together or fits things together. Because I think if you see this person, you're thinking, wow, why would they even need me? Like, they've got everything going on. Because look at these major arcana cards. Look at this Knight of Pentacles. They do hard work. They're kind of down to earth. They make things happen. This is the kind of person that if you come home and your vehicle doesn't have fuel in it, they'll take it and fuel it up for you. They do those kinds of things. I feel like their love language is more on the realm of acts. Like they do things, they accomplish things. That's how they show their love. And I feel like there might be a little bit of insecurity here for you, because you're like, why would they be interested in me? But they see you as this person walking the lion. Like, they're the lion here. They're the lion who needs to be tamed. They're the lion who, they really need you to complete them here. And I just feel like you don't fully see yourself as that or in that role, but that's how they see you. Because the strength card is like you and me against the storm. The strength card is also kind of overcoming negative intrusive thoughts. So if you're looking at this person and questioning, why would they love me? There's a lot of really beautiful reasons why they have a lot of great reasons to love you. I feel like this is a great person. And the grasshopper spirit, I feel like, is coming up because it's take that leap of faith. Right now, you're poised to jump into the next level of your life and to move forward into something even better than you could have ever imagined. When the grasshopper spirit appears, it is a fortuitous time to take a leap into the unknown. And I think you've been questioning that unknown when we've got this strength in reverse. It's kind of like, hey, trust yourself, trust your person. And I almost feel like you see this person, because when we see the star and judgment and even the Knight of Pentacles, we're kind of putting them on a pedestal. We're seeing them in a really positive light. And they don't see themselves over you. They don't see themselves ahead of you. They do see you as an equal, and they see you as a partner. Abundance, Hunter Moon, and patience. So this patience part, I feel like this might be like, kind of have patience in yourself, kind of have patience in how things unfold. Like I said, they kind of do their own thing. They're very independent. They move to the beat of their own drummer. So you might have a little bit, and that could lead to why we have strength in reverse too. It might be a little bit until you gel, or how to gel. So I feel like there's some negotiating or communication surrounding that, like how you fit into their life, how they fit into your life, if you choose to move forward with a situation like this. But Hunter Moon, abundance, I just feel like I love these cards because a lot of times they're really great for timing. So Hunter Moon, maybe the next full moon, or the Hunter's Moon, which is what, like October time frame, would be when this situation starts moving forward. So take a look at when the next full moon is, or take a look when the Hunter Moon is. I feel like it could be either one of those time frames to move forward, but there's a lot of abundance here. Somebody, like, they really do want to build something with you. I do feel like there's a little bit of kind of like a journey here from the star to abundance. The star occurs right after the tower, so like everything is stripped away. I feel like this is somebody who really wants to show you who they are and build something with you together. She who rises up, yeah, they want to rise with you, and they feel like it's almost like this Bonnie and Clyde energy, this you and me against the world, maybe without all of the crime. She who rises up, empower, uplift, elevate, they want to uplift you. They've been through a lot, and they see that you have too. They don't want to tame you. She who is wild, they want you to be who you are. And that might be too why we've got the Strength card in reverse, because it's not necessarily a taming, but it's a figuring out of how to move forward and go forward together. And then she who forgives, elixir, remorse, guilt, forgiveness. So it's just a message of forgiveness. And I don't know who you would know who that's for, but I just feel like forgiveness comes up a lot in relationship type issues. It could be you or them forgiving the past, forgiving a past person who isn't even in the picture here, but maybe messing it up with their memory. And it's about letting it go. There's nothing to feel guilty about here. The star is past that. We've released all that negative, toxic things. We've gotten rid of it. It's okay. It's okay to move forward with nothing. You're not moving it forward with nothing. You're moving forward with your knowledge, with your experience. That's the word. You're moving forward with the experience. Trust yourself to be this wild, untamed person. And it's interesting that she's just kind of like falling here. I just kind of see that as almost like falling in love. This one. Let's see what these guys are. We've got only time will tell and secret admirer. So this person may not be quite known to you. And again, I feel like the hunter moon, the next full moon, is a good time for them to reveal this. And someone has deeper feelings for you than they are letting on. So, that you are really this strength reverses. Maybe you are kind of like avoiding it. You kind of know, but you kind of don't know, but maybe you don't want to know. And patience and time, only time will tell, I think goes along with patience too. So put those best of intentions out there of what you want, what you truly want, and what you deserve. Because I feel like there's a lot of really great energy about this person to give you what you deserve. I feel like there's somebody who is willing to put in the work. We talk about relationships being 50. They're actually 100% and 100%, somebody putting in 100%. When we get the Knight of Pentacles, this is somebody who puts in the work. They put in the same amount of work. Like they're handing you something. It's not like they're expecting you to hand them something. And dancing, I think, would be kind of important for the two of you. Dancing or music. I think that's something that can help you bond over in your relationship. So that's what I have for you, group 4. I thank you so much for being here. And I will see you in the next reading.